Well, asking prices for London homes have hit a record. That's according to the biggest property website in the UK. Rightmove, it says prices are up 1.6% from last month, 2.2% over the year before. By comparison, overall prices across England and Wales were basically flat compared with the previous year. Let's get more on the outlook for the UK property market. I'm joined by Rightmove's commercial director, Miles Shipside. Hi, Miles. The big headline on your report is biggest jump in unsold stock since 2007. What's behind that?
Yes, indeed. This is at a national level, and basically the number of sellers is greater than the number of buyers who are able to proceed. So mortgage difficulties year on year. If you look at the Bank of England mortgage statistics, flat, but we are seeing more property coming to market, and therefore that means more unsold stock, more choice, and therefore more competition in sellers. So in reality, perhaps they should be reducing their prices.
So those rises in asking prices actually do look misplaced at present.
Indeed, and we're coming up to the spring selling season, so in reality, sellers should be looking to take advantage of this window with perhaps base rate rises on the horizon. Obviously, we've got government cuts starting to bite, and therefore sellers really should be looking to price more aggressively. But I suppose if you were looking on a more positive side, they're obviously not forced sellers because they are able to test the market at a higher figure. So the danger of cutthroat competition and more repossessions appears at the moment not to be coming to fruition.
The problem though with higher asking prices is that it takes a longer period of adjustment to get to price affordability for the rest of us that want to buy, correct?
Absolutely. Those that perhaps are on the borderline looking to buy, if they see prices getting higher, perhaps they may not decide to go ahead. And indeed, in real terms, prices are falling with retail price inflation at 5.2, 5.3%, and on average house prices being flat. But we do need wages to rise, and obviously wages are only rising at 2%. So it's a long recovery process without a major price readjustment.
As you say, spring is key because we could have higher rates later this year. Austerity will bite. I like the section in your report that talks about serious seller tactics. What are these tactics?
Well, essentially, the internet makes it very transparent, and therefore, if you're asking prices higher than somebody else's, a buyer, obviously affordability restricted, they're looking hard for those bargains, so your price has got to really stand out. And we're not talking just being a few pounds cheaper than the competition, really price low, obviously present your property well. So again, from a roadside glance, make sure it's not dismissed, it's got to be polished to make sure that amongst that greater choice that we talked about, largest jump in unsold stock for nearly 4 years, therefore your property really has to stand out as not only a bargain buy, but well presented.
But London remains an oasis, doesn't it? I mean, asking prices at a record, does it just go from strength to strength? It
does, and it really is obviously against the national trend, but London is an international market, like a country on its own. But interestingly, this time around, rather than the boom that we saw in 2007 with year-on-year prices up 20-odd%, it wouldn't be a surprise if asking prices were a record. But here we are, some fluctuation month by month, only up 2.2% year-on-year, but a new record high. So it's been a steady demand, people internationally looking for a safe haven, and obviously you've got more cash-rich buyers in the London market, so very different to the rest of the country.
Miles, thanks for joining us today. Miles Shipside there from Rightmove.